Yeah, it's entitled Why Small Farmers Can't Fix Our Hunger Problem. Big farmers grab the lion's share of U.S. government support, and recent cuts have chipped away at small growers' markets and margins. The most significant food system failure since the pandemic was not a natural disaster. In October, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, announced the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program (SNAP) was temporarily suspended for the month of November due to the government shutdown. More than 40 million people had to ration food, skip meals, and make sacrifices we might associate with the Great Depression, not 21st century America. Churches, community groups, and neighbors sprang into action. They checked on single moms juggling multiple jobs, elderly friends living alone, people with disabilities, and large families with children too young for school lunch programs. And though food stamps were restored, the Trump administration is now threatening to pull SNAP funds from the Democratic-led states. During the shutdown and this continuing uncertainty, many people scrambling for food have turned to local farmers, expecting them to give away fresh produce, meat, milk, and eggs. Their logic was simple. Farmers grow food and care about the community. Shouldn't they be able to help us? But small farmers and local food advocates say it's not simple at all. Frederick Griffin of the Evans, Georgia-based Ebony Tree Farm said, in moments of natural disasters or crises such as the SNAP suspension, it's natural for people to look for small farms for stability. We're close to the ground and we know the families we serve, and our work is woven into the fabric of the community. What many don't see, he continued, is that small farms feel the shock of a crisis just as quickly as households do. Sales channels dry up, costs continue, and the margin for error disappears almost overnight. But giving food away without structure isn't just unsustainable, it can jeopardize the farms people rely on. And so the point of this that I wanted basically was that I don't gotta read much of it more. It's just the omen to me about how it's ultimately fulfilling Isaiah 47 as well, about the glory of Babylon fading away and come down and sit in the dust. Isaiah 47 and 1, go down and sit in the dust, burden daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, call the throne, queen city of the Babylonians. No more will you be called tender and delicate. Take millstones and grind me flour. Take off your belt, lift up your skirts, beggar your legs and wade through the streams. Let me get this in the easy translation. This is Isaiah 47 and 2. Use heavy stones to make grain in the flour. Take the belt off your face, lift up your skirt. So this is going into a woman being shamed, and metaphorically, it's spiritually the omen to America's downfall. Through its economy falling down and its rich, luxurious image fallen from what it used to be. Walk through streams of water with bare legs. Stand there with your body completely bare. Everybody will see your great shame. I will punish you for your sins, and nobody will escape. Come on, and we can get that in the KJV. Real quick, this is Isaiah 47 and verse 3. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as man. Yep. That says in 3, yea, thy shame shall be seen, God, thy nakedness uncovered, God. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, God. So anyway, in verse 1 it says, thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. In the Easy English Bible it says, no longer say that you are pretty. Verse 2 says, verse 2 says in the KJV, take the millstones and grind meal and cover that logs make better leg. And the easy translation says, use heavy stones to make grain into flour, take the bell off your face, lift up your skirt, walk through streams of water with bare legs. God, that's a shameful work, and basically that's a slave work. That's what your slaves will work for you to do. To grain your flour. A slave would have to take the bell off her face, or if this was a female servant it's going into. But it's metaphorically describing the shame, that basically the glory of what America used to be, getting wiped out all way. Getting wiped away, KJB in verse 3 says that nakedness shall be uncovered. America once again. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And the other translation says, stand there with your body completely bare. Yeah, so a woman, think of a woman having commanding a woman to stand completely naked in front of you. That's what the Lord's doing to America. Everybody will see your great shame. I will punish you for your sins, and nobody will escape. Once again, describing the destruction and desolation of America, what's going to come to pass here for America. Going back to this article there with the whole snap thing and then stuff that happened last month, that was just a prelude to that. Let's discuss the Neuralink there a bit. So, I mean, that's really the point. I mean, I read some articles here. A Polish rearmament plan banks on U.S. weapons bought with EU backing. Warsaw, Poland. Poland is seeking new joint ventures and purchases from American defense contractors that could be financed by European loans, according to Konrad Golota, Poland's deputy state assets minister. Warsaw plans to expand its armed forces following Russia's invasion of neighbor Ukraine. I notice, once again, Russia, NATO. The growing Polish defense budget is already fueling Polish defense budget, once again, Revelation 17, fueling the shopping spree for weapons and gear. Including the acquisitions of fighter jets, tanks, helicopters, rocket launchers, and missiles from the United States. We are modernizing our army. We are building now the biggest EU land army, focusing on protection of external borders, focusing very much on securing Baltic Sea region. Golota said during an December 5th event hosted by the Center for Strategic and International Studies think tank in Washington. Money for new military acquisitions will be sourced from the country's defense budget. That's Poland. Poland. Union security action for Europe or safe. Poland's defense expenditure next year will be 4.7 of GDP. It will be around 55 billion, the deputy minister said. That's Poland getting ready for preparing for war. Joel 3 and 9, proclaiming this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Come. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. This says U.S. Navy wants new railroad car to transport unarmed ballistic missiles. The U.S. Navy wants a special railroad car to transport unarmed ballistic missiles, according to a recent request for information. The problem is that existing railroad cars are almost 50 years old and will soon be retired, but the Navy still has the need to transport active internet missiles, which are dummy rockets used to practice tasks, such as loading missile tubes. Currently, the Navy uses the DODX 40,000 150-ton flatbed designed by the U.S. Army in 1981 to carry cargo such as tanks, in which it's slated to be demilitarized in 2031. The Fleet Ballistic Missile (FBM) program initially procured these flat cars for the transportation of active inert missiles, acronym AIMS, between facilities. According to the Navy RFI published November 24th, however, the current 3-axle 6-wheel truck design is now obsolete, and the American Association of Railroads will not grant an extension of their service life. So, once again, preparing for war, prepare for war. These nations are preparing for war. And of course, you got this. It says Iran aims to fire 2,000 missiles at once in future conflict. Israel warns. Tehran is rebuilding its missiles arsenal at high speed after the 12-day conflict with Israel, aiming to fire 2,000 missiles at once in future escalations. Aiming to fire 2,000 missiles at once in future escalations, Israeli officials and analysts warn Iran has resumed massive production of ballistic missiles 6 months after the 12-day conflict with Israel, with factories operating around the clock to rebuild capabilities destroyed in Israeli strikes, according to Israeli military officials and regional intelligence assessments. Israel's top military representative warned. So once again, this is going into the least of them. At least in the flock. So I draw them out. Isaiah, Jeremiah 50:45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon, America, and his purposes that he has proposed against the land of the Chaldeans, modern Chaldeans, America. Surely at least the flock shall draw them out. It's Israel today, modern day Israeli today. So he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Yeah, because Israel is going to be destroyed along with America. The philosopher Jordan also referencing the most hated. It's the Israelis over there today. Fake false Jews over there today. They're demon ass shit. They got a demon problem over there. Yeah. Because German bid for Zim, it was Saudi Qatari back and raises Israel's security concerns. It's from the Jerusalem Post. The German carrier signaled interest in acquiring the Israeli carrier. So this is going into about 35% of Hapag-Lloyd is owned by Saudi Arabian. Once again, it's the Arabian Peninsula. The Qatari investors, that's I'll look it up real quick. Country in the Middle East. I can pull it up on a map near Bahrain, Dubai, and Saudi Arabia. Wait, once again, second, they're just 15. This is going into. It says the title of it is once again a German bid for Zim with Saudi Qatari backing raises Israeli security concerns. Hey, why would they be concerned about this shipping company acquiring Israeli carriers? By this company that's mainly owned not mainly owned, but good percentages of it owned by Saudi Arabian and Qatari investors. So this is just showing you once again, second, they're just 15. 28, that horrible vision from the east. So with that, that's the point. Shalom, and blah blah blah. Well, we'll understand it fine. Shalom.